Fine.
And in this case, that means the positive over here is completely as in as in diffused over that. When it is over here, there are two possibilities. Either two of the phenyl group, that means the positive over here is more. If it is more, then it is then a phenyl shift is more probable because the positive charge is more. It can come right.
Fine. See, you're using symbols now. I mean, try words. Try. Don't give your gestures. Try words.
When we say that if it is on the OCH3 one,
A or B? A.
B. If it is on B,
If it is on B, so this is losing water. Then
it is losing water. And there are two ways of resonance, like when oxygen.
in this ring and in this ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
When oxygen donate is lone pair to that, or when the positive, when that.
Yes, I know.
It's very hard. I cannot. When the electron density in the benzene comes out, like
I know.
I cannot do it like that. I have to make structures.
Okay, you want this to lose.
So there are two possible ways of resonance: oxygen and positive charge. And in this one, there is just one way. So maybe positive over here is much more diffused. So
Positive here
there on A.
on A it's more diffused. So if it's more diffused here, this would lose water.
No, I just want to say that on B it is more. It should lose from B because then it can attract phenyl more because that positive charge is more on that.
Okay, you feel that if the positive is more here, then it can migrate the other one. It can drive the other one better towards itself. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, let me present you both the possibilities and let me try to define or let me try to justify both of them. First instinct could be, or why not have a little simple case, 2-phenyl and 2-methyl. 2-phenyl and 2-methyl. Fine. Again A and B, unsymmetrical. See, if you start thinking with migratory aptitude in mind, you'll think that aryl migrates better than methyl. Yes or no? You think aryl migrates better than methyl? So for this to behave as a better migrating group, be very attentive. For this to behave as a better migrating group, you'd want this to lose water. Am I clear on this part? If there is an aryl, 2 aryl, 2 alkyl groups, if you want all of this to happen so that a better migrating group is allowed to migrate, you will feel that phenyl is a better migrating group than a methyl, and for this to migrate, this would lose water. For aryl to migrate as a better migrating group, this would lose water. This is what you will feel. Fine. That would mean phenyl should come here and double bond O should go here. This would lose water. Phenyl should migrate as a better migrating group. Double bond O should come here. Another line of thought could be, why go into the second, third step, which is the migrating step? Why not think of the first carbocation? Why not think of the first carbocation? Between A and B, a positive here and a positive here, which carbocation would be more stable? A. Because straight away it would be going into 2 rings. It would be going into 2 rings. It would be going into 2 rings. So if you think about the stability of the carbocation initially formed, you will feel that A should lose it. I repeat, if you feel about the stability of the carbocation initially formed, you will feel that A should lose it, because here the positive charge would be resonating in 2 rings by resonance. And if this loses water, this will have to migrate and double bond O would come here. Another line of thought could be, I know that phenyl migrates better than methyl, and if this has to migrate, then this has to lose water. So double bond O here. Double bond O here, and phenyl should migrate and this would lose water. So both possibilities could be justified, could be thought of. So what do you do then? What do you do next? You do it experimentally. You either do it experimentally or you trust me. Fine. And in any case, take down. Very important, very important. In case of unsymmetrical diols, water is lost from the carbon. In case of unsymmetrical diols, water is lost from a carbon over which a more stable carbocation is formed. Water is lost in case of unsymmetrical diols. Water is lost from the carbon over which a more stable carbocation is formed. So let this be very nicely understood. The initial carbocation stability would be looked upon. You'll feel about the stability of the initial stable carbocation. Initial carbocation, पहले देखोगे पहला carbocation जो बन रहा है वो कितना stable है. You'll want a more stable carbocation to be formed initially, and then only you'll think about migratory aptitude. Now, as I said, if you think about migratory aptitude, you will be tempted to take water from this molecule so that this can migrate, because this is a better migrating group than this, but that would give you the wrong answer. You would know that initially a carbocation here is more stable. So let this lose water. Let a carbocation be formed which is more stable to begin with. And now a methyl would migrate. So if a methyl migrates, I'm just rubbing a methyl group from here and I'm making it double bond O. Certainly we would have talked of migratory aptitude had these two groups been different. Had it been a case of two phenyl and a phenyl methyl, had it been a case like this, two phenyl and phenyl methyl, again I would have wanted to know in this order only. First, where carbocation formed is more stable. Now because there are two rings here compared to one ring, here carbocation formed would be more stable. And now in the second step I'll think about migratory aptitude. The aptitude being aryl more than alkyl. Yes?
So, but if the other migrates, then the product is more stable.
As I said now, if you think about it in a different way, you are more likely to get the other answer. So most of these cases or most of the rearrangements, you'll want to know things like what is driving the shift. As I said it is the positive carbon which is driving the shift, and a group which is more capable because of its plus I plus R in satisfying that positive carbon or oxygen or nitrogen in coming reactions which you'll see would be a better migrating group. You'll want to know these facts. Secondly, in unsymmetrical, which would lose water. Have water lost from the carbon where a carbocation would be more stable. Fine, and then think of the migratory aptitude. Fair enough? I guess all of you are there with me on this part. Yes, very true. There would be three phenyl groups here. Because this phenyl would have migrated. I guess all of you are understanding this. This is the compound we began with. I feel that, and I know that this carbon is going to form a more stable carbocation. So let me have water loss from here, and then only I'll think about migratory aptitude. Believe me, if you start thinking straight away with migratory aptitude, or if you go into the stability of the second carbocation, as I said, in more likelihood you'll end up with a different product. So you'll want to know the order in which you want to approach such cases. So I'm having water loss from here, carbocation generated, phenyl migrated, so this is becoming pH, this is going out, double bond O, yes or no? Now here, with 2 phenyl and 2 paramethoxyphenyl, realize plus R would stabilize a carbocation. No doubt plus R would have made it a better migrating group. But plus R would be making it stable as well. Plus R would be stabilizing a carbocation as well. So two conflicting views. One, if this has to migrate, this has to lose water. Another view, if this is better at stabilizing the carbocation, a carbocation formed here would be better. So let this lose water. Now which is going to be the correct approach? Think about the stability of the initial carbocation. So if we're thinking about the stability of the initial carbocation, this plus R would be making it a better migrating group maybe in the second step, but to begin with, it would be making a carbocation here more stable. This plus R, which was making it a good migrating group, is also making this carbon better as a carbocation. Yes or no? So let this lose water, and obviously if this loses water, any of the phenyl groups has to migrate. Any of the phenyl groups has to migrate. Let this phenyl migrate. Let this phenyl migrate, and double bond O would be formed in the final product. Now randomly, we can go about phenyl with a nitro group. When I write pH NO2, this means para-nitro. Phenyl with OCS3, OH, OH, then maybe phenyl OCS3 and phenyl OCS3. I guess all of you are making out. Para-nitro, para-methoxy, para-methoxy, para-methoxy. Now, the sequence would be first, which carbocation is more stable? B, because by minus I, minus R, it's not only making it a poor migrating group, it's also making it less equipped to stabilize a carbocation. Plus R would have equipped it, would have made it better at stabilizing a carbocation. The first intent would be to look at the stability of the first carbocation form. So that makes me bring a positive carbon here. All of you understanding? I've just chosen a random case, and this is going to be my line of thought in different pinacol rearrangements. That will bring a positive charge here, because 2 plus R in 2 rings, 2 plus R in 2 plus 2 rings would be stabilizing it better. So initially I'm having a carbocation formed here. Now I'll decide between this and this which should migrate. Methoxy. It's a better migrating group, so I'll have this pH OCS3 migrate. The C double bond O would be left with carbon. The C double bond O would be left with carbon, which is bearing pH NO2 para-nitro group, and this would be the final product. This would be the final product. Two phenyl methyl hydride OH OH phenyl with nitro, only phenyl phenyl with OCS3 OH OH phenyl with OCS3, phenyl with Br, phenyl with NO2, phenyl with Br, OH, OH, I mean, as I said, it's just instinctive, a few variations, and now I would want all of you to respond to this. I mean, A and B. A would lose water because 2 rings to stabilize the carbocation. So let's have this removed. Carbocation formed, and which group would migrate? Hydride more than alkyl. So all of you are comfortable with this? I'm losing water over this carbon because there are 2 rings to stabilize this. Then I'm having hydride migrate because hydride is more than alkyl when it comes to migrating aptitude. Hydride here. This means hydride would go from here and double bond O. A and B. B. Both are having 2 rings. But this plus R would have been making it a better carbocation out here. So let me have. I mean, I guess all of this is understood. Minus R plus R. I'm not talking of migrating aptitude right now. I'm talking of stability of carbocation formed. Plus R would be making a carbocation here more stable. Initially, this is the more stable carbocation. So let me have water lost, a carbocation generated between these two, which would migrate phenyl, because of minus R, it's a poor migrating group. So let me have phenyl move from this carbon to this carbon, and let me make this double bond O. Out here, A and B. A again, because these two look similar, this with plus R would be making the initial carbocation more stable. Minus R. So this is going to be the site of initial more stable carbocation form. Now between these two, which would migrate? Br. It's going to go out from this carbon, double bond O. This one between A and B, because there are 2 rings here. And a carbocation formed. Now which would migrate? This or this? Hydride. Hydride would migrate. So hydrogens would come here, and then this would become double bond O. Now, a different variation in cyclovicinal diols. Cyclovicinal diols. Although we are yet to see maybe the geometrical isomerism in cyclic compounds, let me tell you, a structure like cyclohexane and having two OH groups could be a cis or a trans isomer. It could be a cis or a trans isomer. Fine. Can any of you tell me why was I not so specific about cis and trans in a case like this? I mean, this was the general case I was working around. I mean, this is pinacol, the first compound.
Rotation.
Yes, rotation. Carbon-carbon rotation is possible. Here between these two carbon atoms, carbon-carbon rotation is possible. So I'm not so specific about geometrical isomerism out here, and that is why a double bond in alkenes only make aliphatic systems exhibit geometrical isomerism. But can this bond rotate? No. So in cyclic vicinal diol, depending upon the arrangement of the two OH groups, could be a cis or a trans isomer. Now here cis and trans are two different compounds because there could not be a bond rotation out here. That's required for maintaining the cyclic nature. The bond rotation is not allowed. Here it may have cis or trans with respect to the two OH groups. A structure like this, methyl above. This is Wedge and Dash formula. This means that when I make it shaded, I mean that it's above the plane of the ring. When I make it shaded, I mean it's above the plane of the ring. And whenever I make Me shaded, this means that OH is into, this is two methyl groups. These are two methyl groups. These are two methyl groups. These are two methyl groups. I hope all of you are understanding. I'm going to call cis or trans isomerism in these compounds, cyclovicinal diols. Shaded means it's above the plane of the ring. That means without saying that OH is below. OH is below. And suppose here also I have methyl above. I have methyl above. Now this would look like a cis isomer because both methyl are above the ring and both OH. This would mean that OH is below. This would mean that OH is below. Fine. Shaded region would mean it's above and this would mean it's below the ring. Now realize a structure like this would be meant, a structure like this would be meant if a structure or a diagram like this is given, having methyl above, and then this being not specified, two methyl above always mean two OH below, or a methyl above and OH below, then this OH not defined and this methyl not defined. Now this methyl above and this OH below would mean again both methyl up. Ideally, this should be the representation. But if you come across a representation like this, which means both methyl above, it's cis again. If both methyl are given, means both OH are below only. Similarly, if this methyl is above and this OH is below, this again means that this methyl is above, this OH must be below, this is cis. It could have been this methyl not interpreted, not specified, this OH above, and maybe this OH not specified and this methyl below. A structure like this, if this OH is above given means methyl is below. If this methyl is given below, this means OH is above. So both OH above, both methyl below. Any of these would mean a structure like this, which is a cis isomer. Okay? And then there could be trans isomers. Where this methyl would be above and this OH would be above. Do I need to mention the other two? No. If this is above and this is above, this means that OH is below and methyl is below. So one methyl above, one methyl below would mean trans. Fine. I'm not going into other structures because I guess after this you'll be able to read any of the structure given. And certainly if both methyl or both OH are both above or below, you'll call it a cis isomer. If dissimilar groups are on same side, then it's a trans isomer. Fair enough? Can you rub this? Now, there would be various ways of explaining the cis and trans geometry or cis or trans isomerism in cyclic compounds like this. One which I gave you now using the Wedge and Daff formula. Ideally, very soon we'll talk of conformational isomerism and then we'll go into the actual structure of cyclohexane. You'd know that it's going to have a chair form, a boat form, and when you go into the actual story, the actual picture of cyclohexane, it's going to be very absorbing for sure. There I would tell you about different types of bonds, axial bonds, equatorial bonds, and then in terms of equatorial and axial bonds, we'll talk of the geometry being cis or trans. For the time being, I just want you to know that there could be two possibilities, cis or trans, and once you try to do pinacol here, once you try to do pinacol here, once you try to do pinacol here, which is a case of cyclic vicinal 1,2 diol, I mean, not going into its stereochemistry, arrangement of groups, geometrical isomerism, I would feel this is a symmetrical diol. So any carbon atom could be attacked, any carbon atom could be attacked, and let me have a methyl group migrate. So this is going to be an expected product, yes or no? This is going to be an expected product. This is going to be an expected product. Where? Say, I mean, the way I have written this compound, this carbon would have lost water, a carbocation would have been generated here, a carbocation would have been generated here, and this methyl would have migrated. So 2 methyl on this carbon, and this would have become C double bond O. This is one of the expected products. Along with this, say you are getting a product like this. I'm sorry, it's going to be methyl. Suppose you are getting a product like this. When you do pinacolone on cyclo 1,2 diol, depending whether you are working with a cis isomer or a trans isomer, you will get either this or this. Let this be a homework. Fine. Let this be a home assignment. I'll just leave you with the information that you'll get the expected product. You'll get the expected product if you start with the cis diol. You'll get this product if you work around trans diol. From trans diol, you'll get the expected product from a cis diol. Try to work around this. See if you can give me a possible explanation of this. We'll talk a little bit more about pinacolone rearrangement when we meet next, and then, as I said, we'll go about more of substitution reactions. Fine.